All right, what is going on, guys? It is a Friday. It is April 24th, and today I am going to break down how I made $0 today trading Nasdaq, and I decided that today was going to be a no trade day. So let's get right into it. Very basic. Going into New York Open, I really did not see anything that I liked. I wanted to go for, a session liquidity sweep kind of reversal today. And basically, we were so far from the London high and London low and Asia high and Asia low. I really didn't see any draws that I liked, as well as kind of higher time frame. This New York AM session just looked kind of bullshit. If I go into the 15-minute, there was some gaps that got reacted off of some imbalances. For example, this 15-minute. Let's check the 1 hour imbalance as well. So you could have caught some longs today if you decided to trade. I would have noticed this 1 hour right here, and now let's drop to the 5-minute coming through in the 5-minute. Yeah, but still the 5-minute looks kind of like shit. Overall, there's a couple entry triggers through here that I see, but coming from the low to the high, that's 168 points, so that's a decent move. But regardless, I still did not see anything I liked. So therefore, I did not decide to trade. Now, this is what's going to separate you from, being a profitable trader and not being a profitable trader, is knowing how to hold back if you don't see your setup. You don't need to trade every single day. That is a given. You don't see anything you like, hop off. There's no need to stick around and try and force setups and then lose. Which, feeding into those bad habits, you may win, but you're just going to feed into the bad habits, and it is going to cook you in the long run. So for a long-term gain, you want to have this, psychology to the point where you can hop on the charts and just tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to trade today. I'm also 4 out of 4 on the week with Nasdaq with wins. So I wanted to take my full green week and, take it like a champ. You know what I mean? That's no daddy. That's weird. I wanted to take my 4 out of 4 on the green days, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, I checked Asia last night. I didn't really see anything, but with that being said, that's the quickest possible way I can tell you guys that today was a no trade day. I didn't see what I liked. I didn't see a setup that I wanted to take, so I hopped off. That's it. And I'm sure a good amount of people made money today, but for me, it just did not look clean enough to want to take a stab at. And I wanted to end my week on a good note. So, again, it is the weekend. A lot of traders are going to be hoping for Monday and dread the weekend. But in my opinion, if you are still working on perfecting your craft, use this time to, back test, collect data. There's nothing that's going to hurt you if you do that. Just don't overdo it, because you can over back test and kind of, it can mess with your head a little bit. So if you are unprofitable and you are still working on perfecting your craft with trading, back test this weekend, lock in with some data, journal down some data with previous price action, and perfect your strategy a little more. But with that being said, that is going to be, the most simple way. I'm going to tell you guys that today was another trade day. I made $0 today trading Nasdaq, and next week we will resume the trade recaps. Free Discord link in my bio, as well if you would like to work with me one-on-one. And that is going to be the full recap for today. So with that being said, psychology is a very big factor in this game, and this is a part of having very good psychology. So I will see you guys on the next trade recap next week, and peace.